the honorable ministers here. But before then, I would like to give the mic to my distinguished colleague. I think that's a plea you want to make. Just 1 or 2 minutes, then I will now close the session. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Chairman. Let me start by congratulating all the ministers for a very authentic, articulate, and inspirational presentation. All the presentations have been very well, and I'm happy all the ministers who are here. There are ministers who know they have performed. Budget is performing. President 2015, when we visited the president, we have seen that now when we went there last year, interior, there is a lot of improvement as a president. And for power, everybody is saving power. So power, if we will make a request, because we are politicians, we are approaching 2019. So we want you to make a miracle. If you can make it, we can have 24 hours electricity, 7 days a week, electricity 7 days a week, electricity 365 days. If you can do that, that will be very fantastic. So I want us to please appeal to you to double up, because 2018 is the year for election. The work we have done, everybody is happy with it. If we can now improve so that this year we exhaust all our projects, especially the roads we are doing, if we can complete as much as we can. And any other project which we are doing, I think that will help us, those of us who are contesting. So I want my president to be impressed with what we are doing, to be more impressed than what we are doing. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we have come to the end of the tunnel, and I've seen that we have seen the lights for today's session. And I believe that on behalf of the Senate President, Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, and the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, the Joint Committees on Appropriations, the distinguished senators and honorable members, and the entire leadership of the National Assembly. We want to thank you, especially the Minister of Budget and National Planning and the DG Budget, Hajia Zainab Ahmed, and Ben Akabwazi, and Minister of Interior, my own minister, Abdurrahman Dambazo, General, retired but not tired, the Minister of Works, Housing and Power, Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, and the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Osagi. We will thank you very much for taking your time, for honoring our invitation, even though it was sent very late and it was so tight. But you have taken your time to come and give us the insight and the detailed presentation that has assisted us in taking decision, in taking so many input, and even the general public, because the target is general public, so that they will know what you are doing. We thank you very much for attending this second joint committee on appropriation public hearing. Thank you very much. We wish you a safe journey back to your destination. Thank you very much.
The Joint Senate and House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations have been discussing on various issues concerning the implementation of the 2017 and 2018 budgets, and how Nigeria will also, how the country will also improve in its planning. On behalf of the entire outside broadcast crew, Kenneth Naanemi saying bye for now.
Taxation, that depressing but constant reality on the minds of everyone.
On a particular spot might turn out to be a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Mayor Ogi for deadline system.
It is obvious that's a negative relationship between taxes and business.
The government in bringing development.
My name is Merotu. I hope you enjoyed our various episodes so far, bringing you African fashion, music, people, and the best of photography. We will be bringing you more exciting and juicy content right here on this show in our coming series. This is Lens, and you are welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shafi and you're watching Lens. Keep watching because you're bound to hear beautiful music, great fashion, and great comments. And if you want to know anything about pop culture, this is where to go.
Before we bring you our interview with bespoke designer Tayo Gabriels, let us show you some of the interviews we had with the photographers that have graced our show. Enjoy!
We've not left the apprenticeship system of tutelage. Why? Because I do not see a very prominent photography academy in Nigeria yet.
I've learned over the years that one, to be a good photographer, you cannot be a lone ranger. Your work, however good it is, needs to be seen by people. And the more people see your work, the more people critique your work, the better you become.
Creativity is something that it comes both ways. It comes through learning and it comes through talent. But then you have to constantly feed your imagination. You have to constantly feed your mind, and that in turn improves the creativity.
If you want to make Nigeria, in quotes, advertising to others, to tourists, then I think we can't do without good food photography. Nigerian food is quite complex yet so simple, and as a food photographer I would say that it's also very difficult to portray Nigerian food in a way that it looks appetizing, because you know all our draw foods and the swallow that we eat, it might not look appealing, and if you do it, if you've read, find role models that you like what they've done in other countries and see if you can emulate that and put it into your own business model. Customer service, making it better, customers come first and everything, networking as much as possible, and when you're the other, more of like taking out time to advertise. I think the basic thing is your customers come first. Be nice to your customers, and your reputation at the end of the day goes before you.
I think it's very important that every brand takes branding and PR as very important, because first of all, you want people to have the right perception about your brand. You want the right word to be out there about your brand. You want people to think about your brand and think positive and think great things and think, the right things about your brand. So branding, very important. The right message and the right story you tell about your brand, which is PR now, should also, be focused on if you're looking to create that impression about your company.
One of the most important things is to respect everybody's individuality and respect everybody's creativity, and at the same time respect everybody's value, because everybody is bringing some value to the table. So I think this is very, very important, and we should give ourselves mutual respect for all this. So maintain a good working relationship and then give the respect that is due to the next person.
You need to keep your customers at the back of your mind. You need to keep loyal customers. And I also heard one thing today: make a lot of noise about your business. So I guess that's where PR comes in.
talented artist left the life in the United Kingdom to pursue music in his home country, Nigeria. He's making every effort to leave a mark as he had his EP in Lagos recently. I bring to you the amazing and beautiful David B, singer and songwriter.
My name is Shibomi Omotade. I'm here to talk about David B. He's my uncle and I can name some of his songs. Like the one called So Titi Lala.
I will always be right by your side. Titi Lala, I'll do all that I can to make you smile. Titi Lala, and even when it goes wrong, I'll make it right. Titi Lala, oh baby, Titi Lala,
yeah. I'm his greatest fan. I'm one of his greatest fans. I like his music. I listen to his music a lot. In my car, while I'm doing chores at home, and then we, as a family, we usually have a dance routine.
Well, I want him to hang in there. It's not usually easy for upcoming artists, but he's done quite a lot in the UK, and the Nigerian market here is very competitive, and I'm sure with time things will work out.
I believe he's going to do excellently well. I look forward to him, doing really great in music here in Nigeria. I really look forward to that, and I just want to tell him to keep it up and hang in there, and that we love him very much. Myself and my family are greatest fans.
David, if you're listening, close your ears now. But David is in the world, not just in Nigeria. He's one of my top 5 male vocalists. David is, because I sing as well, so I appreciate good music. And David puts a lot of work into his music. He's a perfectionist, down to every beat, every note, every harmony. And I appreciate a good work ethic.
I love his music. It's different, it's unique, it's alternative, it's fresh. Yeah, so in the Nigerian industry, it's very different, and I'm excited about what he has in store. I love it. It's good music. It's good music. You really can't go wrong with good music. So I'm really excited about the work that he's done to put out this kind of work in Nigeria, where we're told this kind of music isn't what we like, So I'm really excited, and I love his work. I think it's great.
Oh, well, firstly, it's the music I really support, so I'm a bit partial to that kind of music. I love the sort of genre it goes for. For me, music is not just about the beats or the production, it's about the vocals as well. And David's vocals are something that I really do enjoy. Even aside from being like friends, professionally as well, I love his music and I really support his music.
Don't be pressured to be someone else. David, be who you are. People might have given you recipes to blue or whatever, but trust me, there's someone out there, there are people out there that appreciate you, appreciate your music. Keep being who you are. Only venture out if you want to.
It's been fantastic. Tearing moments, ups and downs, times when I'm like, David, what are you actually doing? Like, are you sure you want to be doing this? And then there are times where I'm absolutely pumped and know that this is, my calling, this is my purpose. So it's been a roller coaster journey. But I mean, what is life without roller coasters? It's from that you learn about, patience, learn about love, and learn about yourself most importantly. So yeah.
What do you have that wasn't given to you? What do you own that that is truly your own, you should be grateful. Don't let it get to your head, or count your blessings. Please stop bragging, Tori only fancy.
Hello there, glad to have you join us on NTA Nationwide. I'm Joseph Johnson. President Muhammadu Buhari has formally broken his silence on the contentious issue of tenure elongation for national and state executive officers of the party, saying the plan is not only unconstitutional but capable of putting the governing APC at grave risk. President Muhammadu Buhari, who stated this while addressing the National Executive Committee on the All Progressives Congress, insists that dictates of the party and national constitutions must be strictly followed. We'll bring you details of that report in a subsequent newscast. Now, the All Progressives Congress APC has acknowledged the apologies tendered by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for the damage the party has brought on the country's democracy. A statement by the APC National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi indicates that despite the belated apology, the PDP will have to come clean before restitution is considered. He, however, said APC joined the PDP in praying to God to forgive them, but Nigerians are humans who are still suffering from the years of PDP's misrule. In the meantime, the Senate has reacted strongly to allegations on the social media and national dailies that some legislators have received bribes to pass budgets of ministries, departments and agencies. National Assembly correspondent Dennis Adegunloye reports that this followed a point of order raised by Senator Peter Nwabushi representing Delta North.
Unfortunate that many of us are being dragged into this unfortunate situation. I know that many of you did not collect that money. This is scandalous, and I stand here to declare and say that I know nothing about this, and I believe, if not all of us, most of us. So I think that to put this to rest and to let the public know and maintain the integrity of this house, this issue must be thoroughly investigated.
This matter impinges on the integrity of the entire, and this Senate for the last 2.5 years since we started, we never had this kind of report or in any publication where we're being accused of this kind of thing. And as we moved, if this matter is brought to ethics and privileges, and ensure that within a week you fully investigate this matter and bring a concise, accurate report for us to consider. Let us hold our comments until the end of the investigation, and then we'll decide what to do at that point.
Plenary was subsequently adjourned to allow APC senators to attend the party's National Executive Committee meeting. And President Muhammadu Buhari has written to the House of Representatives requesting approval to clear the long-standing obligations inherited by this administration. The executive communication seeks the passage of a bill to effect the promissory note on bond issuance program to settle such unpaid obligations, including unpaid pension, salaries and unpaid promotional arrears to civil servants.
To pensioners, salaries and promotional arrears to civil servants, obligations to petroleum marketers, contractors and suppliers, debts, unpaid power bills and obligations from tariff reversal in 2014, export expansion grant, EEG scheme debts, judgment debts, reforms to state governments for projects undertaken on behalf of the federal government. As you may be aware, sections 41 subsection 1A and 44 subsection 2B of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, FRA, stipulates that the proceeds of borrowing by the government at all tiers shall be applied solely towards capital expenditure, provide legal backing to clear the recurring expenditure component of the obligations and requests for amendment of the Federal Fiscal Responsibility Act is sent to the National Assembly via letter from the Presidency.
This is NTA Nationwide. Lagos is our first port of call, and Elizabeth is standing by with reports making the rounds in that zone. Hello, Elizabeth.
It's nice to see you, Joseph, and a warm welcome to Lagos. Nigerians have stressed the need for peaceful coexistence and collective efforts towards fast-tracking development in the nation's economy. Jane Ojoko spoke to some residents on the role of the citizens in nation building.
Some of the respondents who commended the present administration's anti-graft war, which has changed the perception of the country among the Committee of Nations, say the citizens have a major role to play to complement government's efforts.
Government cannot do it all. We rely on the government, the Senate, the House, the ministers. What have we done for ourselves?
There are so many things Nigerians can do to revive the economy. The nutshell is that we need to be very, very active, proactive in politics.
Most of the things are driven by government in this environment, and we also have to do our part.
Others call for peaceful coexistence among all the diverse groups, as no meaningful development can be achieved in an environment devoid of peace and harmony. On the current state of the economy, some have this to say.
Things are moving well, the economy is growing well, and most importantly, what we need now is more peace and harmony.
We're also seeing that the economy is also beginning to improve, and we pray that as these steps are being taken by government to improve the economy, things will continue to improve for all of us.
To sustain the peace and ensure that the nation does not derail from the path of development, the respondents submit that there should be absolute respect to the rule of law by both the government and the governed. In Lagos, Jane Ojoko, NTA News.
The Federal Bureau of Small and Medium-Scale Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, has organized a forum in Lagos for budding entrepreneurs. The meeting was to exchange ideas in order to improve the sector. Doing Dia has details.
Over 2017 reports of the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, the small and medium-scale enterprises contributed about 48% of the nation's GDP. But despite these investments, the sector still suffers some setback, especially in the production capacity, export readiness, and efficiency. That is why the federal government, through the Small and Medium-Scale Enterprise Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, created the knowledge-sharing session under the Enterprise Network Initiative to interface with entrepreneurs to enhance competitiveness, facilitate access to finance, and improve business information flows.
We are equally opening a way for them to move their goods to the American market. Even where they meet standard, they try to step up the standard before pushing to the market. And again, to the ECOWAS sub-region, it's a huge market.
We have a lot to give. So with this kind of encouragement, very soon, we will establish food security, because a lot of us are in farming, and then we will impact the economy.
Like he said, he mentioned that they are going to bring microfinance banks that will even aid those who wants to, finance some of our projects, some of our programs.
To export them outside.
Participants say if small and medium enterprises can be developed and equipped, Nigeria will actualize the economic recovery and growth plan in Lagos. Doing Dia, NT News.
Lagos State Government has commended NTA for its high sense of professionalism in information dissemination to Nigerians. The State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Kehinde Bamigbatan, revealed the state government's appreciation while receiving the management team of NTA Lagos Network Center. Jessica Moses reports.
Mr. Bamigbeton, who described NTA as the largest platform to reach the widest range of audience, noted that the national television outfits in the state, NTA Channels 10, 5, and the network have served as a good platform to disseminate government's activities both to residents of the state, Nigerians at large, and the outside world. He promised the government's readiness to partner with NTA as it has helped in promoting peace and harmony in the state.
Your reportage, your presentation, your programming has gone to build the family spirit that Lagos State is known for.
The NTA Network Center team leader and the zonal director, Shidi Uluka, said the visit was to congratulate the commissioner and the governor, Akinwumi Ambode, for the various achievements and successes of the administration. He reiterated NTA's commitment to accurate information dissemination and promotion of national unity through proper programming.
Our duty is just to report the Lagos event, what happens in Lagos, so that those who do not understand will be able to appreciate the good work that is going on here. And we've gotten that assurance today, and we cannot but continue to expose the event of Lagos to the good people of Lagos State.
The NTA Lagos Network Center management team was received by the Commissioner's Special Advisor, Permanent Secretary, and Directors of the Lagos State Ministry of Information and Strategy in Lagos. Jesuton Moses, NTA News.
And that's a contribution from Lagos at this hour. Over now to Joseph for more on Nationwide.
Elizabeth from Lagos Network Center there. Stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress APC have expressed absolute confidence in the ability of the governing party to retain power in 2019, given the renewed sense of unity, understanding and cooperation amongst party leaders and supporters. This was after a well-attended caucus meeting of the party, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari Monday evening. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has details.
It was a meeting full of hopes and expectations as the National Executive Committee members reconvened to conclude deliberations on burning issues affecting the party, which were inconclusive at the last meeting. The issue of tenure elongation for national and state executive officers of the party, already approved by the majority at that meeting, may not have been part of the agenda for consideration, as indicated in the chairman's opening remarks.
We have two basic issues to conclude today. The first, of course, is the review, the rather elaborate review of the party constitution, and the second, report on true federalism, which is an interpretation in clear terms of the APC manifesto as it affects the future of this nation.
But in a swift and significant move that altered the tone of the meeting, President Muhammadu Buhari spoke of the urgent need to resolve all outstanding issues and consolidate plans towards making the governing APC the strongest defender of public interest.
In particular, I think it is important for me to speak quickly on the contentious issue of the tenure of our national and state executive officers. I have taken some time to review and seek advice on the resolution, and what I found is that it contravenes both our party constitution and the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Quoting relevant sections of both the APC and Nigeria's constitutions to buttress his position, the president said what is expected under the present circumstances is for the party to conduct fresh elections once the tenure of the current executives ends.
A caretaker committee cannot remedy the situation and cannot validly act in place of elected officers. I think if we deviate from the constitutional provisions, we might be endangering the fortunes of our party. If the tenure of our party executives can be legally faulted, then it means that any nominations and primary elections that they may conduct can also be faulted. This is not talk